Welcome to Cage Minds. I'm Micah Frankel. Interviews are energized by our friends at Dubby. Get the hair done, which I'm going to do this week at Barber, Gabe's Fades here at Lobo Plaza in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And if you're into the grappling, looking for a new gi, boy, do I got a deal for you on the website at cageminds.com. Go check out the selection of high quality gis from Elite Sports, some of the best material some of the grapplers have told me they've ever worked with. Today, for the interview, we got an incredible guest. She's going to be battling for the Queen of Violence title, BKFC's first event in New Jersey, October 4th. She is the current, and you see the belt right there, the reigning and the first ever woman to have a knockout in bare knuckle. She is the featherweight champion of BKFC, Jessica Borga. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you again for having me on. It's always a pleasure.
Oh, no, no. The pleasure, champ, is always mine. So much going on right now. We know you're busy. We know that camp is coming down to the final days, and you're giving us some time. So I appreciate you so much.
Absolutely. Anytime.
What is going on, and how are you doing first before we get into the hard questions? Like how's camp? How's everything?
It's actually going really well. I'm cutting more weight for her because she's too scared to fight me at my weight class. So I obliged, and it's not going to help her at all. This weight cut's actually going really well. It's been a while since I cut down a little bit, but I knew it was coming, so I kind of stayed a little bit lower, and it's been a piece of cake without the
130.
cake.
Is that on the list for after the fight?
No, you know what? I really stay on a consistent. I think that's what she was betting on is because she knows that I'm consistently eating clean, but I know how to cut weight. I'm a professional. I've done this for a long time. I used to cut down all the way to 125 at the beginning of my career, which was nuts, but I was younger as well. So, and I was a huge 125er, huge 125er. But age comes along and I've done the best at 145 and I prefer to stay at my weight class with not really a weight cut.
145. We've talked about it before, just so people remember what it's about 150, 155, a bit as big as you get.
At max. Yep. Yeah.
So as soon as you win the title at 45, we're looking around. I think since you've won the title, maybe there's been one women's featherweight fight that's happening.
Yeah.
Did you already know that it wasn't a promising outlook for your opportunities at 145 as soon as you won the title?
Not necessarily because we've signed a lot more 145ers. So I'm excited to see some of the 45ers that we have signed do their first bout with BKFC. But yeah, like you said, we've only had one since then, but I think it's going to get busier. I really do. I think it's going to get we've signed more, so that's a start right there.
How daunting was the thought of, as you said, you already walk around lean, you're not cutting a lot of weight, you already kind of shrunk yourself down as fit as possible. How do you make the adjustments then for this extra 10 pounds to get to 135?
Well, I've got a whole team behind me that's really, really, really helped. Even Jessica Evil Eye and her team, they've helped as well. Just little tweaks, really. Honestly, that's the only thing to do since you're already eating clean. It's just what to eat when and little tweaks that make a difference, And if you're a professional, you know how to do it. And if you have the people behind you that's helping you, it's a piece of cake. You just got to put in the work.
How eye-opening, I guess, of a learning experience is that, oh, if you get up and eat, at this time, or you eat at this time, it's doing something different to your blood, to your digestion. I don't actually know all the science. I just know there is a lot of science.
There is a lot. It's a lot, but I've spent. It took me almost 9, 10 years into my career to really find out what works best for me, how I feel the best. Everyone's different, so what foods work best with me. I stay away from pretty much any bad food on a regular basis. I don't like eating bad. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I like to be on point. I like to train consistently, like I'm in fight camp. So, it's pretty normal for me.
Was there that much then of a hang up, the thought process of having to make this cut? 20 pounds, that is a big drop. It seems like you're doing it here steadily. Was that a big worry?
Yeah, but that's what a lot of people are confused about. The contract is 137 with a pound allowance. This is not for the 135 title. This is for the Queen of Violence title, which is a catch weight. Dave Feldman doesn't want someone to hold two titles in two different weight classes because it's hard enough to find us fights in our own weight class. So this is for a catch weight at 137 and a pound, so 138. So I really did not have to cut 20.
Oh, okay. All right. So 138. I don't always believe, not even that this was a bantamweight world title fight, but at least this was going to be a bantamweight fight, was what we were
I
led
mean,
to
it's pretty
believe.
much, I mean, 136, 138. I mean, it's 2 pounds. If she really thinks that she obviously she does because she wouldn't even fight me at a catch weight of 140 because so obviously she's scared of my weight, but I cannot wait to tell her face to face that I'm already over 145 at mock weigh-in.
Oh yeah, no, that'll be easy. Go eat a couple meals. You know, you got several hours in between the rehydration with the
Yeah.
early morning weigh-ins. It's really easy to pack on the pounds.
Oh, and
It's
the
not
next
like
day, oh, it's gonna, yeah, yeah, yeah.
so. How much of a tenuous negotiation then what was those 2 pounds? Because I've seen the text messages, we've seen the Instagram story. There was a whole back and forth, and I thought there were other people in this conversation that were the ones that
Mhm.
were insisting on 135.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they definitely wanted 135. I don't, it's there's been a lot of people that's been into this, but she also agreed to my face that she was going to fight me at 140. So that's why I was like, oh, so what's the difference now? Like, why you agreed to me that you were going to fight me at 140, now you want 135. None of those pounds are going to save you. So just, it's stupid to me. It's stupid to me. If you think that you're better than me, you're going to fight me at whatever weight I am and me be the best version of me, which I'm going to be the best version of me anyway. But she was trying to have every advantage that she could. Me to cut weight. She wanted me in elevation. She said that in an interview, someone told me. So it's just funny. Like you're that scared that you wanted to get any advantage you can. That's hilarious. None of those things would save her though. She obviously doesn't know me very well.
Already having talked to the nutritionist, the doctors, do you really think you're gonna walk in there much lighter than you did for your last fight?
No, honestly, it's going to be right there because I actually weighed in less for my last fight too. I weighed in at 143 for the title fight. So, and she was probably 170 when she got back in that ring. It doesn't matter to me. Size doesn't matter to me, but cutting weight is stupid in my opinion. I don't think anyone should cut weight and be a weight bully like she has been her entire career. She walks around the same weight that I do almost. And it's stupid. It's stupid to cut that much weight just to be the bigger opponent. If you think that you're good, you're not going to have to do that, in my opinion.
Was this the most tumultuous negotiation to get to a fight? Because the animosity we saw, you have to walk up to her ringside and ask about, why is the fight not happening, why are you talking about me, to where the negotiation almost seemed like it had a life of its own.
No, yeah, it's like almost like she didn't think that I would actually agree to a lower weight than 140. I really think that that's what she was betting on. And now I think that I'm so much in her head because now she didn't think it was going to happen. Now it's happening, and now she's acting the way she is because she knows what's going to happen. She knows what's going to happen.
Is it wrong to say that everything kind of started with you two being alpha women and top of the world in this sport, and that was where the initial conflict and the initial kind of attraction towards fighting each other started, and we're talking about well over like a year and a half ago now?
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, not on my side. I'm not that type that has to portray myself as, oh, I'm the big and bad one. I'm gonna take over this whole I'm not that way. She very much is. She wants to be like she even has attacked sponsors and fans of mine during this fight camp, telling them what trash they are to support me and so on and so forth. That's part of the fight game. If you don't realize that that's part of the fight game, that I expect my fans to support me. I expect her fans to support her. I respect that. There has to be a level of respect. And when it got bad with me is when she disrespected me. That's the one thing that I won't tolerate from anyone. I don't give a fuck who you are.
So it only got bad recently. I thought it would got bad somewhere before the press conference. It seemed like things hit a real climax at the press conference.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. It's been going on. She immediately disrespected me a year and a half ago when I offered her that fight with when her fight with Hardy fell through, and I was offering to fight her after 2 weeks of just fight. Like 2 weeks prior, I had just fought, but I offered her a catch weight. She was fighting Hardy at 35. I had just fought at 45. I was offering her 140 at last minute to save her fight, and I had no problems or animosity towards her at all at that point. Then she wanted to sit there, like she told me to my face, "Oh yeah, you're my next opponent. Cool, awesome." There was respect there. But then she goes online and she started talking all this jack, like oh, I'm not even on her level, and so on and so forth. She started attacking my husband. She started attacking my coaches, and then she wanted to say that she was the one being attacked when they replied to her attacks. So I don't know. It is what it is. She plays that victim role real well.
Do you remember if there was a specific comment or interaction where it finally led to that level of you don't like her or an anger towards her?
Oh man, just how she goes back and forth. Yeah, she's just a fake, disgusting individual. The more I watch and the more people actually tell me about her, not that I believe everything anyone ever says, but it's just what I have seen and how she's interacted with me and other people. She's just a disgusting individual. She's not a good person, and I could care less. I have no zero respect for her.
So, as far as Christine Ferea, you don't feel like this is just publicity. This isn't just, we're not just hyping up October 4th. You feel like this is some deeper stuff.
I do. I really do because there's been things that have come to light since then that just shows what kind of person she is. I mean, if you have that much time to go online and be a troll and tell someone that you don't even know how much trash they are just because they're choosing to support one of their local fighters, that and a sponsor of mine getting cussed out because they're choosing to sponsor me, it's part of the fight game. First off, have some common sense, have some respect for the game, and have some respect for the people that if you want your fans to respect you and to follow you and support you, respect the fact that it's going to be all like that on the other side. She's spending too much time just with insignificant things. It doesn't matter, and that shows that I'm in her head even more.
The press conference was already a combustible situation. And then Dave Feldman says, we're going to face them off.
Yeah. 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 So, people can talk all they want. I could care less about what their words that come out of their mouth. But the moment you touch me, that's where that's that line that just is too, you crossed it. That's a universal thing. We don't touch each other until we get paid to touch each other. She didn't. She was smart enough not to the first time at the first press conference, but she did the second time. And it's funny because I'm in her head so bad that you don't see her acting like this with any of her other fights, but she does with me. She's trying so hard, and you can see as soon as she pushed me, she cowered away big time. Like she literally hid underneath the guy, and she wanted to say that he was pulling her away. No, you cowered first, and then he tried to separate me from you. So it is what it is. She wants to say that she didn't cower away, but I mean it's plain as day. She knew what was going to happen. I don't tolerate people touching me until we're paid to touch each other.
What are you reading into the situation from the behavior that you're drawing out of her?
I really think that I'm in her head, man. She knows that I am a threat. She knows what I bring to this fight game in particular. She knows it deep down. There's no way she doesn't know it. For 11 fights in her career, the career that she's had, 10-1, she's lost to a 25er. She's never got a knockout. I'm not taking anything away from the fact that she's been pretty dominating in the beginning of her career. I do think that she's older now. I think it's time for her to retire, but I'll be more than happy to be the one to retire her. And I think she knows that I'm the one that can do it.
Has this pushed you to become a better fighter? Like, how has the motivation aspect of her pissing you off and raging you been?
I love it. As you can see from like my last fight, it fuels me in a different way when people attack me like that or underestimate me or act as if they're underestimating me. It fuels me in I do better in chaos, and the chaos that she's creating is what I do best in. So, that's where I grow. That's where I consistently though, like I said before, like I stay in fight camp. I am consistent in the gym, so I'm consistently improving, and I'm just getting started with boxing, honestly. I literally it's been 2 years. So I'm just getting started in this game and it's improving every fight as everyone can see, I feel like. But yeah, that fuels me in a different way.
We know that the shift team, it's a colorful group, easily enough to say. What was the circle like looking at the trash talk, looking at the messages? Because I can only imagine just the look on Jihad's face as he's getting trash talk from Christine.
Oh man, we have so much fun with it. You if you follow us, you know that we trash talk each other. So we it's been entertaining to say the least because I mean just some of the things she says that you saw, some of the videos, I'll clap back. I have no problem with them saying whatever they want about me. She's obviously obsessed with my looks, obsessed with how, like, oh, I'm pretty and can be a good fighter, like, God forbid you can be both, because she doesn't have that option. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, we have fun with it at the gym, though. We have fun with it.
Little cheap shot there. Little cheap shot there.
Uh, I'm crying. Sorry.
Oh,
It's just like that's all she brings up is like my looks and like, yeah, okay. I had an OnlyFans for a while. I have fun with it. I have fun on the side, whatever. But that's not like I barely even do it anymore. Like I'm so obsessed and focused with training that I barely even do that anymore. But she obviously doesn't do her deep research because I haven't really done anything with it.
all of that is the light side, the fun side, but I feel like it goes both ways. You don't ever want to, on the male side of the game, see the guy bringing up the wife and the kids. So when Christine starts to bring up the husband, does that cross the line?
Yes, absolutely. Like people can say whatever they want about me. It's when they start talking about my husband and people I love, my children, or saying things in front of my children, like she did at the press conference. She's just disgusting. It's just there's a time and place to say those things. You know what I mean? There's a time and place to have fun the way I like to have fun. There's a time and place to do those things, and you just got to be intelligent enough and mature enough to understand the difference. You know what I'm saying?
You two already have these combustible interactions, the verbals flying. Does that give a certain expectation for, I'm sure there's going to be a fight week press conference?
Oh yeah. I expect her to be dirty, man. She's just she's a dirty person. I expect her to try to do anything and everything she can. I think she's trying to get me to react so the fight gets pulled in some way. But it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work like that. I'm gonna fight her whether there's a contract or not at this point. She's gonna get what's coming to her.
We brought it up, you brought it up a minute ago that she was looking for every advantage possible. One of those advantages that you talked about was wanting to fight in elevation. She didn't get that one though. We're going to New Jersey. We're right there, same time zone for you, right up the coast. I was in New Jersey recently. There's a couple mountains, but they're not that high.
Yeah, no, 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 no. She doesn't get, she always said, like, you're gonna do what I want. She really thinks that, like, man, she's just like the ruler of all. Like everyone should bow down to her. What she says goes. And we're also fighting at 137 and a pound allowance. So you didn't get your 35 either, did you? So I mean, just she's got to realize at some point things aren't everything that she wants in her way.
I don't know if you're a big pro wrestling fan, but I love the complete narrative that we have, that this is a full like battle for power over the BKFC women's division.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I like that. To me, I feel like my energy and my what I bring to the sport and the electricity that I bring in general, like I don't feel like I have to have the label of Queen of Violence to to prove that I'm the queen of violence. I've said that in a couple interviews now. Like, an alpha doesn't have to call themselves an alpha. And I'm more fighting her because of what's going on between her and I, more so than what the Queen of Violence title brings. Like I'm honored to fight for the Queen of Violence, but it's more I'm just gonna finish her at this point.
I've talked to people that aren't directly combat sports fans. They're in other sports industries. And I'm like, yeah, this fight October 4th, BKFC, they're doing the King of Violence. And you'll always see like a snap and a head turn and the eyes kind of, huh? And then and the co-main event is the Queen of Violence. And then whoa.
No, we're actually not even the co-main event. Frankie Edgar is. So we're the featured fight. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Yeah, everyone's like, you're not even the co-main event. And I'm like, yeah, no, we're the featured because I get it. Frankie Edgar is from Jersey. I get it. He's a bigger name. I get it to an extent.
I literally slipped there. Everybody, I didn't mean to line Jessica
Everyone
for
thinks that
that
though.
question.
No, that's okay. Everyone has thought that we were the co-main. At literally, like it looks like it. It looks, why wouldn't it be if it's the king and queen of violence? It's literally the card is violence, you know? So
But back to my original point, it is attention grabbing. People that don't even know the sport, you say king and queen of violence, royalty being crowned. Have you felt it's been that same thing where, if nothing else, this is an attention grabber?
oh, absolutely. Yes. Yes, this is the biggest, I think, attention grabber to date.
Is this the best opponent that you're fighting today? This is coming off of Hannah is a former boxing world champion. So I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Christine if you say no, but it is an interesting question to explore.
It is. It's a very good question because, like you said, Hannah went against some of the best in boxing. Even Clarissa Shields went the distance. She was a two-time world champion boxer. But I will say, am I going against the best opponent for bare knuckle boxing that has the most experience with bare knuckle boxing? Yeah. Is it going to save her? No. But yes, I will say the most experienced bare knuckle boxer. Yes.
Again, the phenomenal team you're with, I know that no stone is left unturned. So, while you were preparing for the transition from, MMA and going fully into bare knuckle, was there any observing of Christine's style when you were first getting into the sport because she had already had some fights in it?
No, honestly, and not on my part, and my team not really. I don't remember them mentioning her at all, actually. But uh, there was no transition for me though. So there's a lot of people that say that there was a transition, that they had to adapt a certain way. But honestly, I felt more at home with bare knuckle than I ever did with MMA. And not to say that I was bad in MMA. I loved MMA. I was a good fighter. I was in the top 10 in the featherweight division. I turned down UFC. So I excelled at MMA, but man, I never felt as comfortable and as calm and collected as I do and as dominating as I do in bare knuckle. It just is more my style, 100%. So it became way easier. And the more I'm learning with technique and stuff like that, it's just getting easier.
Bare knuckle is chaotic, it's frantic, and I've seen people that they get hit and the fight IQ just it flies straight out the window like you were driving down the freeway with the windows down and it just grabbed a piece of paper. You're like, ah, there it went. You didn't even mean to lose that piece of paper. How do you find then the comfort and the composure in that storm?
Man, I don't know. It just hits different with me. Getting hit doesn't like I don't know. It maybe even turns me up a notch. If I do actually, if you've seen, I've gotten out really unscathed in all three fights, and we, practice defense a lot. I think defense is a lot of things that people don't utilize as much as they need to, especially with bare knuckle. But the point is to not get hit. But I mean, if you do, then it just takes a special kind of person. It takes I've been through a lot in my life, and there's not a punch to the face that's gonna phase me. That is, not gonna bring out that beast in me. I just, it's just who you are, I guess.
We've seen with Christine's career, the dominance that she's had as the champion. I think that hit a real plateau when you saw the performance against Taylor. And then there was a couple that didn't live up to the expectations. Christine Vicens really brought the fight out her. And I think that was to Ferea's benefit. She was able to reclaim some of that and show most of her skills. It was a really good matchup for her. What kind of strategy are you expecting, because we've seen these different performances from her?
Honestly, I mean, she has a lot of video, and like you said, in the last couple, especially with Jod also walks around close to my weight. She walks around like 143 or even higher sometimes, and she brings power as well to the 125 division. So, and you saw what happened there. I think, it looked like Christine was afraid to go close with her, and it ended up a lot of hugging in that fight, and which is not going to be tolerated with me. But it is what it is. There's a lot of video on her. There's not a lot of video on me. I think she's hoping and betting that I'm going to still be the same version of me that stepped in on my first fight, and that's not going to happen. So I literally beat that version of me in less than 10 seconds. So it is what it is. I don't think there's anywhere that she can't beat me, but I don't underestimate anyone. I train as if I'm going against the best of the best every time.
I only spent a couple hours there. I don't want to act like I know everything, but I feel like I got a good beat on your coaches, having met them a couple times. So I can almost imagine that over the last 5 months since winning the title in a fight that didn't take too much out of you, that they've been happily adding tools and making you work twice as hard in the gym because there's been nothing on tap. So there's been nothing but time to add to this monster.
Yeah, I've gotten like I said, I got very fortunate. Skill does come into play. People don't want to believe that, but it does. If you're getting in and out so quick, there's got to be some skill there. It's not just happening by whim, like, my coaches are always elevating my game. So we'll get real good at one thing and then start adding in. I mean, they're amazing. They'll see little things, they'll capitalize on things, they work so well together. And I'm very thankful for my team because they are making me an absolute animal more and more at each fight. And it shows.
First female knockout in a announcement of a performance to take that inaugural title. Now we got the Queen of Violence belt. What are your expectations for this fight and how it looks like?
I'm still going to win in dominating fashion. I'm going to make another mark. I'm going to keep proving who I am every fight, whatever they want to put in front of me. This year is going to be a fantastic year. It's already been a fantastic year, and it's going to end that way too.
And we can't go without asking you, because we've seen you've been busy. How's everything going with the nonprofit?
Oh, it's good. I'm actually really excited. Thank you for bringing that up. You're awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm having my first ever charity fundraiser on October 25th. So I have a lot of people that are helping me while I'm in fight camp and stuff like that because I actually planned that before I got the word of when this fight was. So luckily, I have a lot of people that support me and help me out and really help with the reins of taking care of stuff. So thank you guys for doing that, but it's to raise mobile home safe house. We're raising funds for that, and it's exciting. It's going to be the first ever charity event, and that's a big deal. And it's going to be in October 25th, and it's going to be in Lakeland at the Lakeland Hotel. And I posted all that information on my pretty much every social media, but the links are all available in my bio. So if you want tickets, all the funds go to the mobile safe house and the cause. So
And you see Jessica, the media savviness coming out. She right away got ahead of it. This was in the works before. No, I'm not so crazy as to trying to be plan this will in camp and thinking that I'm going to be ready for it 3 weeks after the fight.
yeah, yeah. No. I've been planning this for, it's been months since like June or July that it really takes a lot of time and, everything with the state and everything approved and everything, with any kind of nonprofit, if anyone knows about it, they make it nearly impossible to do anything good. But for anyone who doesn't know, my nonprofit is the Widow's Web Incorporated. I kind of tied it into the Black Widow a little bit, put my little name on it. But it's to help, raise awareness and resources for domestic violence survivors.
I like the brand cohesion, bringing it over. People will understand you're the face of the organization. So, right there, pulling people. And
Like,
what has it meant to you this year? The title, the big fights, getting the nonprofit off the ground. It's been a big year for you.
it's been very, very big, and I couldn't be more grateful for everything this year. This year has been just, you couldn't ask for a better year, you know? You really couldn't. There's always going to be the busy days, the tiring days, but man, it's all worth it. This has just been excelling at a different level this year.
The Queen of Violence gets decided October 4th, BKFC 82. Jessica Borga, as always, appreciate you and thank you so much for the time.
Thank you as well. I appreciate you.